all again to the AGM and the evening thereafter. So, some of you must have, and I hope all have seen the mail that we're talking about saving lakhs and crores for yourself. So, this is what this presentation here is going to be about, how you can really save lakhs and crores. And I'm not joking when I say that. So, as we all know, that many of us started off or are still in Mumbai, in the city of Mumbai, where costs of everything are very high, particularly land, etc., and even other power costs. And even interest rates nowadays, although they did soften, but again they are rising. So the government of Maharashtra, so this is mainly about the state of Maharashtra, it offers a lot of incentives to industries based on their location. Many of us are not aware of this, and many of us fear that, even if the government announces, as is usually the case, how are we going to get that money out of the government? So today evening, we have with us Mr. Sanjay Deore of SKD Consultants and his team. Yes, sir. Please. So, Mr. Deore is an accomplished consultant in this field since many, many years. And his liaison with the government departments is extremely strong. Some of us have actually taken benefit out of that, and many of us are in the process of doing so. So, Mr. Deore will give us his presentation, in which he shall first highlight what are the benefits that the government offers, and then further how we can go about it, which will be followed by a question-answer session. So any of you have any questions, you can then come up with it later. So I hand over the stage to Mr. Deore. Yes, sir.
Yes. This is for? Yes. Good evening, all. Thank you for inviting us in your AGM. Got to know about your association when we got associated with Tusharji's company and some of the other members of your association. So basically, we as a consultants rise from Nasik and now working across Maharashtra. So in Nasik, there are some industries association who are working strongly for the issues of the industries with government departments. And in Mumbai, I think I came to know about your association. I was quite glad to know that it's a 51st year you people are operating in Mumbai. And first of all, should congratulate all the members and best wishes to the association. As Tusharji said, these schemes, since I think association is 51-year-old now, but I am talking about the schemes which are run by government of Maharashtra since 1964. The schemes are older than your association, actually. So, in Maharashtra, such schemes are actually, Maharashtra state, as a state, came into existence in 1960. And right on 1st April 1964, government of Maharashtra came up with the schemes offering some incentives to industry people to go into less developed parts of Maharashtra, create the employment in that parts of Maharashtra. Definitely the challenges are there. If you people move out of Mumbai, out of Pune, in the rest of the Maharashtra, you need to face challenges in the form of roads, connectivity, skilled labor and everything. So Maharashtra government actually understood those challenges that time itself and tried to incentivize the investments done in lesser developed parts of Maharashtra. So, many times, many people talk about the D-zone incentives. So, this D-zone is actually A, B, C, D plus zones. Entire Maharashtra has been divided into the zones. The zoning limits are tehsil-wise actually. The one tehsil is categorized as a one zone. And like all the tehsils in Maharashtra, right up to Gadchiroli have been divided into such zones. So, definitely, Mumbai is the most developed city or the part of Maharashtra and definitely India. So the MMR and PMR PMR regions were never given incentives for setting up the new industries. So the Nasik or Murbad comes under B zone, which is just next to A zone. Then our Sinnar in Nasik, Baramati, some parts of Pune district, some tehsils in Pune district are C zone. Then most of the part is D zone. And your entire Marathwada and Vidarbha is D plus zone. Plus, in the recent schemes, the Vidarbha and Marathwada have been given the special status. There is further category called no industry districts. The Gadchiroli and maybe Hingoli or some one or two districts are no industry districts. Therein, the 100% of the capital expenditure made in the form of industrial investment, a project, is actually reimbursed through your tax payments to the government. So those things we will discuss. So I think this is what the orally I could say. This is about the package scheme of incentives 19, which is in force right now. Since from 1964, every 5 years, 6 years, government actually kept reviving these schemes, kept upgrading these schemes as per the challenges, needs of the time. Every 5, like the 5-year plans of the Planning Commission were there. So every 5 years, 6 years, the schemes are revived. The recent scheme is in force in Maharashtra is package scheme of incentives 19, which is in effect till 31st March 24. So earlier to it was the scheme called PSI 13. Earlier to that was 7 and 1 and 93 and 78 and 83, and those were the schemes. So through these schemes, some incentives are offered to the industries. In recent schemes, all incentives are either in the form of the revenue generated by the industrial project to the state government. It is HGST for MSMEs and definitely for large industries. Second major head of benefit is interest subsidy for MSME. The definition of MSME is special definition of MSME is created for this scheme is like the project cost up to 50 crore are categorized as a MSME project and are given benefits under MSME category. So that covers the HGST reimbursement for 7 or 10 years, interest subsidy, power tariff subsidy, electricity duty exemption. So all that we can discuss step by step. So this is the latest GR which is in effect, was issued on 16th of September 19, but the first GR I was referring is 1964 GR. So all these government resolutions actually in continuation government is putting in, and as Tusharji said, all people are Mumbai based, so Mumbai was never into the incentive or subsidy zones. So normally the subsidy and incentives are not known to the Mumbai based entrepreneurs. That is quite obvious because normally all your industrial projects are into developed parts of Maharashtra. That's where no industry, no subsidy was offered to you. These are I just tried to keep in this slide of Konkan region, since Mumbai belongs to the Konkan region of Maharashtra. And this is how the entire Konkan region is divided into A, B, C, D, D plus zone. I hope you people are able to read it, but the mail is already shared with all of the members, as Tusharji told. So this is Mumbai, Thane, Palghar, Raigad, Ratnagiri, Sindhudurga. Entire Ratnagiri and Sindhudurga district is in D plus zone. So that is the investment put in Ratnagiri or Sindhudurga qualify for 80% of the reimbursement of your project cost. Like suppose you put in 10 crore project in Ratnagiri or Sindhudurga, 8 crore rupees will be reimbursed to you by government of Maharashtra in the form of refund of HGST, interest subsidy, tariff subsidy over the period of 10 years. So almost 8% of the project cost is reimbursed to you every year. That is what the scheme is about. So this is the zoning, how it is done. I just tried to put in. This was about our company, actually it came in between. We are working for 3,000 plus projects and all those things are about ourselves. So this is how I already explained it in oral. The urban parts like MMRDA and PMRDA are in A zones. Say urban areas like Nasik and the Murbad are B zones. In current scheme of package scheme of incentive 19, for B zone, 30% of the reimbursement is made for MSME projects. And for large scale projects, no incentives are there for in B zone also. Of the projects who are having project cost beyond 50 crore have no benefit in B zone also. Those are the zones which are about to get developed. That is what the government people, at least people sitting in Mantralaya, feel. So C zone is like developing area, like I mentioned, Sinnar, the Baramati, maybe Shirur or something, the Nagar, Nagar, Pune road and all that parts are there. All these things are available in the government resolution, which is very well available on Google itself. You can Google it out, the package scheme of incentive GR. Entire GR of 50 pages is available. The last pages are actually the categorization of the all zones or the areas is mentioned in the government resolution. So D plus is developed part and the no industrial districts and all. These are the benefits offered which I already mentioned. The IPS claim, IPS is called Industrial Promotional Subsidy. That is the major benefit head is SGST only. For MSME people, like for the project up to 50 crore, SGST, you must be, I think, surprised to know, the government gives you the refund of SGST, which may not be paid by you. In the sense that, suppose you sell some goods in Maharashtra and you export other part of your business or maybe selling in other states. So your SGST may be getting adjusted, the whole of the SGST may be getting adjusted against your credits and the set-offs available with you on the purchase of raw materials. Still that liability created in Maharashtra, SGST, is refundable under this scheme for MSME. So that is the beauty of the scheme. Post SGST regime, they have made it like it. Earlier in VAT, only net paid VAT was refundable. So after GST, they have made it gross. Like even if you sell, suppose 10 crore good in Maharashtra at 9%, your qualification is for 90 lakh rupees for a year. That much amounts are refundable for a year, subject to your project cost and all those calculations. So the interest subsidy is there. Interest subsidy on term loan is there for the entire loan period, and it is at the rate of 5%. Suppose bank charge you 9%, 7%, 8%, whatever. Out of that, those 5% are refundable. And definitely it is within the ceiling. Like I mentioned, suppose you have 80% benefit for your MSME project. That is 8 crore on 10 crore project. The 80 lakh is your annual limit. I will repeat that for the clarity. Suppose you put in the project of 10 crore in Ratnagiri or Sindhudurg in Konkan region. So at the rate of 80%, the incentives available are 8 crore, which are equally distributed over 10 years. So the annual cap is 80 lakh. Okay, and suppose you have SGST liability of 50 lakh rupees. Then out of that 80, 50 is you are getting through SGST. Rest, suppose you have a 5 crore term loan, then the 25 lakh rupees is through interest. So all put together will be 80 lakh. Like suppose you have 80 lakh or 1 crore SGST, then you get all entire your SGST through SGST, 80 lakh through SGST. Then you will not get the interest subsidy. Like you have already covered your cap. So all those heads are up to a cap allowed to you on the basis of project cost of yours. So the next head is interest subsidy. The exemption of electricity duty is there. That is around 9.3%. If you see your electricity bill, then the duty is imposed by Government of Maharashtra on all the distribution companies. That is to be charged, that is to be collected from the consumers by a company and to be paid to the Government of Maharashtra. That is exempted for that benefit period, like 7 years in some zones, in 10 years in some zones. So that exemption is the additional benefit. Tariff subsidy of 50 paisa per unit consumed or 1 rupees per unit consumed are in certain part of Maharashtra. That is again within that cap allowed to you. And stamp duty waiver is there. That is one-time benefit. Suppose you are proposing to buy a land for industry, any land for the project, then the stamp duty you need to pay. That you can ask for the exemption if you are putting in that, buying that land for industrial project. And again, if you are mortgaging that any property of yours in Maharashtra, then on that mortgage deed also you need to pay stamp duty. That is also exempt under the scheme. If you are getting that term loan for industrial purpose or any industrial setup. So stamp duty exemption is a one-time benefit that is there. I think these are the major heads available through which the government have smartly created these schemes. In 80s or 90s or 70s, there were the schemes were in the form of you put in the project and you don't pay taxes for 10 years. Like some union territories were implementing prior to GST regime actually. Post GST, those got cancelled actually. So those were the schemes in 70s and 80s and up to 90s and all. So after 90s, I think the schemes were in the form of exemption and deferral of taxes, and all those schemes were there. But now recently they have made it in the form of refunds. So step by step, the government is also like making revision of the schemes and trying to make it more performance links. Who performs well should get the more money through the benefit. That is what the intention of the officers also. So these are the heads available, which we already discussed. This is what the project cost. Many times people get confused. What is the project cost? How it is to be determined? So we just try to put in the project cost. We just try to put in the project cost. These are the major heads. So your land, your building, your all machinery setup, your electrification, entire thing is to be covered as a project cost, and whatever percentage is allowed to you is on this project cost. Like in some parts it is 30%, I said. So it is like that. These are the sample sanction letters of your area we tried to put in for you, so that you people believe that these sanctions are really done by the government and the money is really actually paid back, because when government comes, so many people don't believe many things. So that should not be the case. These schemes are run and actually implemented very professionally by the industry department. That I should appreciate as a government. So this is the project approval letter. The people approve your this thing. I need to use pointer for that, I guess. This is the project cost thing. They actually, we need to submit our project cost details like we submit our CMA and all in your bankers, and they analyze, and same way the analysis of your project is done and the final approval is given by the officers, and accordingly you will be receiving all your incentives for the period they allow to you. These are the further pages of the sanction letter only. This is the further clarifying stages. See, post MSME, the government is tried to create some special categories. I think like LSI, special LSI, and then the mega, ultra mega. Those are the higher investments government is tried to. So accordingly, as per your category, the amount of incentives allowed to you are different. So I think that by discussing all those percentage and everything here, you people are likely to get confused with the percentage and everything. So I think by discussing up to 50%, 50 crore project cost should be okay with you right now. Our numbers, our mail IDs, everything is shared by the association with you. So further discussions are definitely, or once this presentation is over, we can discuss one-to-one also. So I won't discuss those percentage and everything, the forms, because you may get confused with that, because a lot of calculation formulas are there. So these are the annual sanction claims. That was the project approval letter, which we call eligibility certificate. The earlier, which I showed you, is the project cost approval letter, is the entire project approval letter for a certain period. These are the yearly claims made and the sanction orders are received. So the final amounts are mentioned over here. For a year, refund for a year is mentioned in these orders. So I think these funds have been already received by the industries. This is the RR Plast. If somebody in Thane or that area must be knowing this RR Plast, they are into machine manufacturing in plastic molding and all. So this interest subsidy is there. This is the unit located at Ratnagiri, SPAC surfactant. They have already received these amounts. Duty exemption we tried to explain, which I already orally did. power tariff, separately all heads these people have tried to put in your on your slides. So the 1 rupees in certain part, 1 rupees per unit is reimbursed. Because what happens many times, government tried to cover all category of industries by putting in these various, this is called the basket of incentives actually. Some of the operators may be exporting 100% of their projects, the product or the goods. They may not be selling 0% in Maharashtra. So he will not get any incentive out of this. So because SGST is 0 in his case. So he will get some amount through this tariff subsidy, some amount through interest subsidy, and some amount through electricity duty exemption. That is what the officers have tried to create the basket of the incentives. One more subsidy who are, means you people, I assume you all are into the Mumbai metropolitan region working somewhere in the A zone where no subsidies are allowed. But one incentive of 25 lakh rupees, which is actually applicable to all of you, is with the ceiling of 25 lakh rupees, is called technology upgradation. If you are an existing operator since last 20-30 years and you are upgrading your machinery with the latest technology, and if your cost of machines are around 5 or 5 plus crore, then 5% of those machine values are reimbursed. The higher ceiling is 25 lakh rupees. So to many people in Mumbai, based Thane, Wagle, we have given these incentives. So this is good incentive, one-time incentive actually, whereas your GST incentive is for 10 years. So this is one-time incentive, but handsome amount is reimbursed by the government in A zone areas also. This is definition of MSME. Even if government of India is having different definition of MSME, I think income tax department is having different definition of MSME for their purpose, for taxation purpose. State government also has created their own definition of MSME. It's not a definition, but the category of MSME will get benefit up to this cap of 50 crore. The end project cost, land, building, machines put together up to 50 crore, they will get benefit of MSME. That is what it should be put technically. These are the benefit percentages which is already there in the government resolution. Like for new project, government gives in B zone. A zone, no benefit are there. Sorry. In A zone, no benefits are there. Dash, 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 all dash. So this is MMR, Mumbai Metropolitan Region, Pune Metropolitan Region. B, as I said, local Nasik and Murbad are the only two zones in Maharashtra which are into B zone. For new MSME, 30% project reimbursement is there. And for expansion projects, 80% of this 30 is 24% of the expansion project. Over 6 years they will be giving. For C zone, 40% incentives are there. For D zone, 50% incentives are there. D plus 60%, and this Ratnagiri, Sindhudurg is also covered into this. Sindhudurg, Ratnagiri, Dhule, and West, this thing, Vidarbha and Marathwada are having 80% incentives of the project cost over 10 years. And for expansion, they will be getting 64% over 9 years. And for no industry district, as I mentioned, Gadchiroli and all those, 100% incentives, entire of your project cost is reimbursed. I try to avoid these mega large categories. So government has created a special LSI category, special LSI categories, 750 crore plus project or 1,000 plus employees. They will be given 25% for new projects, 20% for expansion projects. If you are into C zone, then 500 crore, 750 employee, you will be getting 40%. So all those calculation percentages are there. So these are available, means right now I don't waste time of yours also by discussing all those percentages, but whenever you need it, it is readily available from our end. So recently one major discussion regarding the Vedanta is going on. Those and there are some meetings, and the minutes of the meetings by high power committee are also circulating on social media. I just saw in the car. So those incentives offered to Vedanta at Chakan was under the same scheme. And many of the foreign companies these schemes are basically for that purpose. Actually, see, we people are in Maharashtra. Suppose we are bound to invest in Maharashtra at the most. We may a little bit go towards Gujarat or maybe Karnataka. So, but for the main purpose of these schemes, without an interruption or without a gap of single day, right from 64, they are implementing these schemes only to attract the investments which are otherwise not likely to come into Maharashtra. So that package of 36,000 crore which is being discussed was already offered by High Power Committee, but it could not go to cabinet and that was not approved. So I don't know the further things because those are high level things. I just came from Mantralaya. So I don't know what happened, but last 2 months that proposal or the package was not got approved by the cabinet. So that was the reason I think they went to Gujarat. And all other states also are having such schemes. But the best scheme is of Maharashtra. That is what, as the practitioner into those schemes since last 30 years, I would say. So these are the amount of investments in crores you will do in those zones, then you will get those benefits. So for ultra mega projects, 100% reimbursement are given by the government in certain period of times through HGST. Normally it is not reached by the many people. Because for a project of 500 crore, creating the overall system or the project takes around 3, 4, 5 years, and they allow you 7 years to encash. So normally it is not reached. The entire cap is not reached by many entrepreneurs. So that's how the schemes are also smartly made by the officers. That is what I'm trying to say, because they want to offer more, but practically all is not reached to the industry people. That is what the things are. This is the example these people have tried to put in. Suppose the project is of 10 crore, then subsidy is 40% is 4 crore over 7 years, 57 lakh 14,000 per yearly cap incentives this entrepreneur will be getting. These are some of our clients. The first name comes Serum Institute of India, the Mahindra Sona United Group. So many people. This is Sunstar is from Ahmedabad. Adani Walmart Nagpur we are working for. Gokul Doodh, the big brand of Kolhapur, is with us. There are many actually. The JBM Atto is also Delhi-based group. So we are working across Maharashtra. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That's been quite an enlightening talk. One more thing which I recall is that woman entrepreneur thing, if you can just touch upon that.
Yeah. Shall I brief it? See, actually, our people miss the woman to be put into the presentation. Recently, what government, not only women, but sectoral benefits are also being offered by the government. Government was very eager to offer various sectors. There is a scheme of defense manufacturers in Maharashtra. The scheme for SC/ST is there. Woman entrepreneur scheme. For women, the benefits are available in Mumbai zone also, like develop A zone also. But the major condition is 100% ownership should be with women and 50+% of employment should be women in case of women.
Can you talk more about that, please?
Yeah, the schemes are same. See, if you are into, if you have a constitution of a proprietorship or a partnership, both the partners need to be women. I mean, like the 100% shareholding should be with women, even if it is private limited or limited. The shareholding needs to be 100% with women, and the employment in that project needs to be 51% plus, like 50 plus, more than 50%. Needs to be women, then you will be getting a benefit of C zone. So C zone gets 40% benefit for MSME. Where? Retrospective, if it is already done, see, it's the investment you need to plan. If it has already been done, then definitely we can cover it.
If the investment's been done.
Yes. Because this woman policy came into existence in December 17. So from onward, suppose you already have some woman company in your group and you are already putting in investment, you are not knowing. So definitely that can be covered and put in. Yeah.
Any capping on that investment and any capping on the number of employees?
Not as a, see, number of employees, actually there is a category of mega project, the employment based mega project. So capping is not there. Actually government wants to promote. So upper cap cannot be there. And definitely lower cap is not there. But if you are having, you want to get a project of mega status. See, there are the mega projects are projects which are of higher investment or higher employment. No cap, no cap. If you need three employees in your this thing, suppose your factory or your project, then two should be women. So it's possible. No issue. No cap is there.
So here I would like to add that there are ways and means which you can, play around with this and get around this also. Mr. Deore can guide us all. He is extremely well versed in this. He has a team of more than 100 people.
Yeah.
Working day in, day out. I think, it's 250 people?
Yeah, in group we have, but in consultancy,
Yeah.
120 plus.
So,
I think we don't count on daily basis, but definitely 120 plus some.
Yeah, so it's a large team working out of Nasik.
Yeah.
This man's energy is unparalleled. He travels 3 times a week from Nasik to Mumbai.
Yes, yes.
So he's come today morning and he's going to go back now. It's amazing the way he works. What we all need to understand is why this scheme is very important for us, particularly who are still, in the city of Mumbai or whereabouts, is that we fear to, venture out and go out because of
Yes.
costs and other things.
Yes.
But a lot of your costs are subsidized. We need to understand
Yes.
that. As we all know, there are 3 major costs which we incur when we set up a printing unit. One is, of course, the capital investment, for which we take term loans, etc., from banks. So those interest costs are subsidized up to 5%, which is huge. So if you take, say, an average rate of 10% today from any bank, half of your interest cost is subsidized by the government.
Yes.
Similarly, the GST that we all pay on our sales, so it's gross GST, mind you. It's not the net GST. It's a concept we all need to understand very, very clearly.
Yes.
And of course, the third thing which is very important in our industry is power cost. Power is the 3rd or the 4th highest raw material as such, particularly in packaging. Even that is subsidized, although nominally. So we can get great deal of advantage out of these schemes. I would like to add here that while this scheme, what Mr. Deore has talked about, is from 2019, and we are already in 2022. Now, some of us may have missed applying earlier, even those who have done post 2013. You can
Yes.
still approach Mr. Deore,
Yes,
talk to him, get your papers, documents examined, and who knows, you may still be eligible.
Yes.
So please don't think it's only for the new factories that you are going to set up now or in the future. It can very well work for whatever you have already done. So, for example, MMRDA zone, a lot of zoning has changed in the last 2 years. So earlier your zone may have been eligible or not. This woman thing which he's talking about, extremely important. There are ways and means to get it done. And you can really, and the money does come, believe me. It's not that it's just on paper. It may take a little bit of time, but it does not take years and years. Great. So I would like now to put the floor open for questions. Yes, Sanjay?
In Gujarat, the similar scheme is there, but there the requirement,
Chalu.
No, you're audible. You're audible.
बोलना है ऐसे. Go on, Sanjay, we can hear you.
नहीं.
in Gujarat, the similar scheme is there, but there one condition which is difficult to fulfill is 85% workers should be domiciled of Gujarat.
That is there in Maharashtra also.
Yeah, the same-
That is, no,
same
it,
thing,
is,
yeah.
it is in Maharashtra. It is 80%, but the definition of domicile is very liberal.
I know, but still, it is the definition says domicile.
And those conditions, like I always try to convince my clients, like when such questions arise in our day-to-day meetings also, there is a rule to walk on left side of our roads also. How many Indians follow that? So the point, the joke is apart, but the thing is that those are the guidelines government, see, by last fiscal year, government have given 5,200 crore in these schemes in Maharashtra. This year, 3,000 crore is the budgeted grant. So if government expects something out of this, it should not be a problem for us. And the definition of the local is if some Bihari or some UP-based worker is 3 years or more he is in Maharashtra, a Tahsildar can issue him a domicile certificate. That suffices the purpose. I would give an example. In Nasik, the Jindal Polyfilms, a big company of 5,000 plus crore investment is there. And some people there, they misunderstand the definition of locals. The people in Igatpuri, they feel that we being into Igatpuri, we are locals. So we should be given the job. And they went up to collector, everything, meetings happened. Their percentage is definitely lesser than 80%, some 73-74% Maharashtrians are there and rest may be from outside. So even the collector or the development commission industries take the action plan for next 5 year, 10 year, how you are going to minimize the outsiders and increase the locals. So that is how those rules and these things are actually implemented. It's not a hard thing. Again, one more point I would like to elaborate. The head of this department is called Development Commissioner Industries, Vikas Ayukta Udyog. Now, these people and this agency is set up for development of industry. Even the Parle in Igatpuri had such issues, government tried to support. These agencies to support and promote. They try to give you the guidelines. Even if somebody is not able, some steel industry is not able to fulfill the guidelines, then they give the action plan. They take the undertakings, okay, next 3 year, 4 year, but that doesn't top the incentives. This doesn't say, no, you are not into the category, you will be banned, this thing, that thing. So the promotion and attraction of investment and promotion of industry is the part. So these are the guidelines and the definition, as I said, is very much liberal. So not much issue in following that.
Great. Anybody else? Yeah. Mr. Tiwari. Yeah, just hang on.
You have not touched upon on the national program, like what you said is basically for Maharashtra. They have a central program wherein even if you're based out in Mumbai, you buy a machinery which has to be funded by a nationalized bank. The limit is maximum up to 15 lakhs, which I think most of my friends, they can, avail that. So if you could just throw some light on it, please.
That's CLCSS.
मैं खुद लिया है.
Yeah,
इसके लिए, it's a great, please.
That's very old. In fact, I think most
If
of
you
us
could
must
just
be
touch
aware, but
upon
yes,
it, it's
we
better.
could.
Yeah. See, post-COVID, that scheme is not renewed by the central government. Currently, that ministry is headed by the Maharashtrian. So we were actually expecting something to happen. That is old scheme, but as I discussed the project of 10 crores, and then the benefit of 8 crores or 7 crores. So we are, as a practitioner, offering 15 lakh rupees to each of you is very small thing as a practice for me also. But that was definitely a guaranteed thing, but since last 3 years, 19 onward, it is not renewed. Second thing about the central schemes, since I tried to show you the GR which is of 1964, and from then till today, there is not a gap of single day for implementation of the scheme by a state government. The purpose is visible. I tried to explain also. The government attracts the investment, the revenue is generated, and after that 7 years, it's a agency to the collecting taxes to the government, so government is not at loss. What happens with the central schemes, as sir has pointed it out, India is a very large state, large country actually. And center always comes up with the schemes which are having a funding limit. They allow 5,000 crore. Once it is over, the scheme is over. They allow 10,000 crore for a certain program because they cannot keep it open-ended. Maharashtra has kept it open-ended. Somebody asked whether any ceiling for, no ceiling. Vedanta coming up with 2 lakh crore, 36,000 crore benefit is promised by the high power committee of the IS people, headed by the Chief Secretary of Maharashtra. It was about to go to cabinet, but the government people are busy with certain other things maybe, or what happened at the center and all that. That is a different story altogether. But government of Maharashtra is offering 36,000 crore subsidy to Vedanta for a project of 2 lakh crore. So center has like limit for everything. See, they have larger things to look into, defense and all that, education, this thing. But for us, practicing center is a very fortunate for us. Like your current project cost may get some 2-3 crore rupees, you come down to D or C zone, I can offer. So 15 lakh for us is also a very small amount. But definitely good schemes, but not renewed since last 2-3 years.
Great. Anyone else? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Siddharth.
So my factory, existing factory is in Bhiwandi right now, very close to Mankoli Naka.
Okay.
And we were looking at another unit which we were planning to set up in Vada, which is a D plus zone, literally
yeah.
40 minutes away.
Yeah.
But जिससे बात करते सबने डरा दिया है about people and the attitude there, etc. So this is a little off the subsidy topic, but in your experience in all these years,
I would request Siddharth you take that up one-to-one.
Okay, fair enough.
So he's still here.
Fair enough.
So
no,
anybody
actually,
else?
it's very relevant. I'll tell you why. Because if you're looking at these D plus zones, etc., in his experience, how has he seen these zones perform for people?
So
For his,
that would not be a subsidy topic. That's more like a general working
Correct,
atmosphere
correct.
kind of thing there.
Fair
So that's why I said just take it up one-to-one. Anyone else? Yeah, Sanjay, one more.
When you put up a project of 50 crores, definitely around 3 to 4 crores will be your SGST credit
Yes.
unavailed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, from day one, when you start selling your material, and from first month onwards, you gather SGST payable.
Yeah.
But that SGST payable, you don't pay because you adjust against your credit available.
Correct.
So in such scenario, when we say the gross SGST payable as an incentive, irrespective of credit, whether from first month, government will pay that gross GST.
Yes.
So what happens to the credit?
No, that you will get, na.
So you don't
That you
need
will
to
get.
pay, right? But you will get from the first year.
Yes, that is for MSME only.
Yeah, for MSME.
Yes.
But in Gujarat, it is something different. That's what
They
I
have delinked. They have delinked last,
Huh.
I think, in 2021 February or something. They have delinked with from the GST.
No,
They-
I'll just
they
correct
had
you
a
here.
scheme.
Mr. Deore, his understanding is that he will not have to pay. You have to pay first.
No.
No.
You don't pay because you adjust against your credit.
Yes, no.
You will not pay it, na?
Yes, exactly. Still, you will get that
Still
refund of
you should get
subsidy.
it, right? That's what my question,
That is
yeah.
one scenario you asked. I
Correct.
will explain you the second scenario. Suppose you have lot of exports or OMS sales. So even if you're in your regular business also, you don't get to pay your SGST. Still, it is refundable to you. Once you finish your credits of your fixed assets, you start utilizing your raw material credit.
Correct.
So in regular scenario also, if you don't need to pay GST in treasury or challans through payments, still it is refundable to you.
So if I have understood correctly, irrespective of physical payment of SGST,
Yes.
if you adjust your SGST payable against the credit which is there,
Yes.
still from first month onwards you are eligible to get the incentives.
Yes. I use the term, the liability generated in Maharashtra is refundable under the scheme. Generated in Maharashtra. Either paid or adjusted is secondary part.
Okay, anyone else? Last question, please. Then we can, of course, take it offline later. Nobody? Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Deore. I'll
Nice talking
request
to
you to just to wait for a few moments here. Can I ask Saubhaginidhi Seksaria to come on stage and felicitate him, please? Yes, sir. यहाँ आ जाइए. इधर, please. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Good to see you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Mr. Deore. And we do request you to wait back and join us for drinks and dinner. Thank you to the two ladies as well. Iqbal, would you like to?